Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Guillermo. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reactions, commentaries, video game stuff, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the film Redwoods from 2021. And it's always fun to do a request for Guillermo, because more than likely it's going to be a found footage film, which, despite how many I've seen that are bad, I'm always still very curious about the format, because number one, it could always be one of those gems that might pop up, which there have been some, butterfly kisses, as above so below, among others. But a lot of them end up being bad, but at the same time fascinating in badness. Sadly, this is another one of those. Badness. So, the idea behind this film is that I like the concept of it's about these people that explore abandoned places, because I'm fascinated by people who do that. You could go on YouTube, and there are people that have gone to Japan or somewhere, and there's this like hotel in the mountains that's been completely abandoned, and they just look through it, and urban exploration, or people that find a literal dead town in the U.S. Like, this is the U.S. and this entire town is deserted, and they're just looking through the town. Like, that stuff is fascinating to me. You know, that we still have these places with how much technology and how much it seems like you turn, there's a camera there that you can find. Just, there still are places there that just isolated to the world, so to speak. Now, the movie begins in a bit of confusion until we find out later what this is, where there's people looking at abandoned places, and then it's all of a sudden from day to a rainy night, and then there's like a couple people scared, and then I guess a guy got pushed through a window. We try to find out this is all a guy named Adam, and our main protagonist is a guy named Cross. So Cross, his cameraman named Dutch, they're going to go into the woods to meet up with Cross's brother, Adam. And they think, oh, maybe this footage, they messed around, make it think like it's a ghost story, whatever. They like to pop that up for views. So these two are going to go out into the woods to meet his brother Adam. So as they get there, Cross and Dutch meet 5 other people that they're going to join up with. Now granted, they don't know these guys much, and I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to go into the fucking woods, I want to know who the hell these other people are. That's how people die and go missing. I'm going to go with this group of strangers. Okay, we'll never see you again. Goodbye. So the other people is a guy named Madhouse, a lady named Jack, which I thought was weird that the lady's name is Jack. What the hell did she do to piss off her parents? We got this little girl, let's name her Jack. I guess like maybe Jacqueline or Jackie, like Jackie Kennedy. Maybe that's what's meant to be. Which for some reason they also make her an empath. I guess in order to put some exposition there later on. Like, how we don't have the characters know what's going on? Well, have our character be an empath. She just knows shit. Like, this close to being a psychic. Okay. And you have a few others. Now, I will say one thing I do appreciate about the film is it's a pretty decent looking film photography wise. Because these guys are supposed to be adept at handling cameras. There's some drone shots. There's some nice photography of the woods, I'll give you that. And the plot, I don't want to say it's ambitious, but it's trying to do a bit more, but on the sad thing, it kind of overcomplicates itself in a way to its detriment. So you have these 7 people, and they start their journey where eventually they're going to get to the house where his brother was at. And the first half of the film, you get the idea that they're being watched. They explore a couple houses. Jat the empath, she's saying stuff like, the energy coming from this house. I'm sitting there going, oh man, this dialogue is not that great. The acting, subpar at best. I've seen much worse acting. I've seen much better acting. So it's not the worst found footage. I mean, it's better than, what was that one? Blackwater Vampire and some of this other bottom of the barrel found footage shit. Unaware. Like, I'm just trying to think of like Alien Origin, Bigfoot County. It's better than those. Because the acting here, while it's subpar, is still better than those movies I mentioned. And like I said, the camera work, the drone work. I did the idea of looking at abandoned houses. So that does fascinate me. Don't ask me why, it just does. And they do look at a couple houses, which do remind me of like you would see on YouTube. At one point they find like this secret graveyard. They find like a bloody mattress. Great, if I find a bloody mattress, I'm going the fuck home, but that's me. Guess that's why I'm still alive. So then at one point the group splits up, which is always a bad idea. You never fucking split up. Unless you're Scooby-Doo. And this is when the movie really started to lose me. Because I'm like, okay, you know, I'm pretty sure I know how this is going to end, because movies usually end, of this genre end a certain way. But okay, let's see where this goes. The characters, again, they seem alright. They don't seem that unlikable. Then, once again, it's a movie where we need the plot to go forward. So we gotta have people do really, really stupid shit. That just makes you go, what? And huh? And why? Thus, I lose credibility on the proceedings. I lose any amount of somewhat likability I could measure against the characters and with the characters. I just go, what the fuck you doing? And that's fucking stupid. And really, why are you doing this? They split up. One is the guy named Madhouse and these 2 other people, and they find this burnt house, and in the remains they see a hand. On the other side, Cross and Dutch and the 2 ladies, Jack and I forget what the other girl's name is. Well, there's 3 girls, but well, anyway, Jack's buddy. They go into another house. Cross falls through the stairs onto a dead body. Now, if I fall through some stairs and I land on a dead body, I'm going to Long John Silver's, going to McDonald's. Fuck this, fuck the woods, fuck everything. I'm going home. I guess you just say, well, Cross, his brother's out there, but you know what? If I'm dead, I can't do shit. I'm going to get a cop, a shitload of cops. You filmed it, by the way, too. You have the footage. I don't believe you. Oh, yeah? Here's the footage. There's a dead fucking body. I'm going to show you where it's at. Especially when you find something out, it would have made even more sense. But no. They get back together. They don't really want to tell each other what's going on. Like, they found dead bodies. I'm like, so wait, each one of you group found a dead body, but one doesn't want to tell the other, and vice versa. What the fuck? Why? Crossley, I wanted to go get to my brother. Dutch, I'm with him. And then for some reason, Jack and the other girl, they decided to go with them too. I don't know why. Oh no, by this point, the other girl's missing. That's what it is. Because how could I forget this? How could I forget this? "40-some minutes in, we're introduced to a brand new character named Devlin. This blonde guy who, right then and there, you could tell that guy's a serial killer. He's a weirdo, hippie-looking freak who, during the campfire, wants to tell a story about... First, he keeps saying the lines, "I want a playground, I want a playground." He tells the story of this kid that was in the institution and was passed around and abused. And I'm sitting there going, oh, you're talking about yourself. This guy who you just popped up, you don't really know him, looks like a freak of nature, is building a fucking little house in the middle of a fucking campfire. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, or tackle his ass, or some shit. It's time to go. So by this point, the two groups have gotten together. They don't want to tell each other there's a fucking dead body. Instead, they want to camp for the night. I found a dead body. I found a dead body. Let's not tell each other. Then, here's a brand new guy. Here's this brand new guy. I don't know much shit about him. Oh, maybe I've seen you somewhere, blah, blah, blah. Maybe, but... Oh, by the way, we found some dead bodies. And then this guy's... I want a playground. I'm like, okay, you're a killer. You're a serial killer. You're... No, instead, Cross gets psycho pissed at the guy named Madhouse because the guy talks about how he doesn't believe in climate change and he doesn't pay taxes. So our main protagonist, our main lead, is a psycho who goes up to the guy and puts a fucking gun to his head and goes, "It's people like you. You're a leech. Okay? You people like you made Detroit the way it is. Thanks to people like you." And he's putting him on a fucking chokehold and has a gun. I'm like, this is the guy we're supposed to root for? Where the fuck did this come from? That this lead guy is now a psycho who he thinks the government's after him. He must be fucking Randy Quaid. And how nuts he became. Out of the blue, it seemed. Oh, the gun wasn't even loaded. You still put a guy in a chokehold and you look like a fucking psycho to everybody. And I'm supposed to give a shit about this guy? And then here's this psycho talking about, I want a playground and institutions. Oh, you don't put a chokehold on him and a gun on him. I think that's when they wake up and the one girl is missing. Jack's, the empath's friend, is missing. And so then they go, yeah, we found a camera, and it looks like we're being watched, and we don't know where this girl's at. Right then and there, we should go back for help. Because, no, I gotta go get to my brother. You don't know what's happened to your brother, man. Look at the footage. You found two... each of you found dead body. This guy was a psycho. You now know he's a psycho. Talking about playgrounds. You found some footage that Looks like your brother not in. He's not in the union anymore, as we put it. Go get help. Go get cops. Hey, get some cops. Here's some footage. And here's what you come to find out. No. Madhouse, Cross, Dutch, and the Empath, they are still going to go on. The other two are going to go get help. The four get to the house. They get a message, don't go in the basement. Cross does, and you hear him crying. You get the idea that his brother's dead and his body was down there. We don't see it, but you get the idea. And yes, this is one of those films that most of the death scenes are off-screen. They get to a car, but Cross is adamant. They get into a car crash. Oh, you kind of find out that one of the two that left for help was a fucking NSA agent. Yes, an NSA agent. And there's a point that Cross is going to a field and there's fucking helicopters telling him to put the fucking gun down. Why these helicopters don't fucking land? Because it looks like there's enough fucking room to land. They're so goddamn close. They're so goddamn close, they could fucking land there. So one guy, the guy we've seen before, tackles Cross, and they roll around. Why is this helicopter now landing? Looks like there's enough room for you to fucking land to solve a lot of problems. And then Cross starts fighting the NSA guy. Beats him up to the point that he's fucking dying. And the NSA guy has to say, "I'm not here for you, asshole. There's this guy, he's a killer, he's an arsonist. We've been... other groups have gone missing." Information you told the group yesterday. You could have told them when you fucking left, before you left the group. Listen. Pull the gun out, give me your gun. Listen, I'm an SA agent. This guy's an arsonist, serial killer. All this information you could have told. But we don't because people are stupid, because the plot has to be stupid, and we can't have stuff because we won't have a plot. So in order for the plot to go in this direction, let's have people just do so many fucking stupid things. Yeah, we found a dead body, but I'm not going to tell this group of people. We kind of know who it probably is, but I'm not going to warn these people. Give me a fuck. And the Cross. The psycho killed your fucking brother. And I'm trying to think at that point, was that when he realized that maybe his fiancée has been there too? I think it was, because I think they found the car, and it's his fiancée's car, and he's like, why is she here? Wait a minute, that guy probably has your brother's phone. So if that point, you know your brother's dead. I think he knows his fiancee's in trouble. Hey, the government, you may not like them, but they're going to help. But no, instead, he fights the guy, beats the guy tough enough so he says a couple words, and then he fucking dies of his wounds. Why are we supposed to like this lead guy? Why are we supposed to like these characters? They're either too inconsequential or too fucking stupid to live. This is paranoid dick. So and then as they're doing this, they left their friend Dutch behind. Spoilers, because he was hurt. But the bad guy came up and shot him in the face. So now it's just Cross, the empath lady, and Madhouse. They get to this house, getting some decent photography. They get in. Don't turn around. There's the guy's fiance. The guy's an arsonist, so he starts burning up the place. The guy named Manhouse gets the one girl out. I guess he goes back for Cross. And then I didn't really get what happened next because, spoilers, the bad guy comes up, grabs the camera near the empath, leaves, uses a drone. The NSA agents are there to the burnt up place. It looks like the empath girl is alive because they have a stretcher. It looks like maybe she's moving. Like they haven't put anything above over her that like you do with a dead body. And then there's a guy hurt, and agents have guns on him. Was that Cross? Was that the lead guy? I couldn't get a good look because the goddamn drone is so fucking high, so I can't tell who lived. I'm guessing that's Cross. And if so, why do they have the guns on him? I guess because of the helicopter bit earlier. But wouldn't that agent have told them, we know who the guy is, it's this blonde guy named Devlin? Wouldn't the agent have told the other agents who we're looking for? And if that's the case, then why do they still have their guns on this guy? And at that point, they don't know that he killed their agent. Just how would they? So I guess Cross is alive? Unless it was bad. I don't know. It was one or the other. And by the way, the villain's not that intimidating. He looks goofy as shit. For a split second, for some reason, it made me think of Chris Elliott from Scary Movie 2. I don't know why. But any second I thought I was going to look, and he had that little hand in Scary Movie 2. But non-intimidating villain. Ending, I'm a little bit confused who lived. And, you know, I shouldn't feel that way with this kind of movie. And just people doing dumb shit. If you want gore, you're not getting it. If you want kills, you're not getting it. Acting, like I said, is subpar. They try to put too many cooks in the kitchen with, okay, now we got NSA agents and this other shit. I can appreciate not just wanting to be a typical boring, but I'm just people doing dumb shit. And the dumbest guy is your lead guy. That might have been one of the last surviving guys. That again, like, why do they have the guns on him? The agent would have said, yeah. Because by that point they knew that it was the guy Devlin, even when they split up, because they looked at the stuff. If he called it in, he would have told them what it was. I don't know. Walkie-talkies, all that shit. But hey, what do I know? In helicopter, there was enough clearing you could have landed there. I don't fucking know, man. Oh! One last thing. Why is the bad guy doing this? Childhood revenge. Because the empath earlier noticed something, and the lead guy's talking about how back in the day there's this blonde kid him and his brother knew. Not really knew, but they found this blonde kid in this abandoned place, and he was trying to set it on fire. So of course they called the authorities, and he was picked up. And I guess when he was picked up, he went from institution to institution, abused. So he blames these two brothers. So he has this fucking big old plan. To the point that, I guess at one point, like, he made that car crash. I'm still trying to figure out how he made the car crash. Maybe he didn't, maybe he fucked with the brakes or something. I can't remember. Because there's also another vehicle that crashes there too. As in, there's remains of a car there. I still can't remember how he did it. Nor do I give a fuck. So he planned all this. Cool story, bro. So yeah, if you love found footage, sure, give it a look. Yeah, the redwoods. Take that for what you will. I just technically I don't think everybody died at the end, so I guess that if that's the case, that's something different. I like some of the photography drone technology. Like I said, I like the idea of urban exploration being the hook. That's pretty much it. It's just halfway through, just these people just doing dumb fucking shit, and it just lost interest so quick. And the villain again, not intimidating at all, not scary at all. Maybe think of fucking Chris Elliott. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.